Welcome back everyone. Quickly, let's continue our discussion on CSS fonts. And right now we'll be discussing about how to use CSS font family property. In CSS, we use the font family property to specify the font of a text. Note, if the font name is more than one word, it must be in quotation marks, like as you can see this Time New Roman right here, we kept it inside our quotation marks, as you can see. And another tip right here is that the font family property should hold several font names as a fallback system to ensure maximum compatibility between browsers and operating systems. The third thing you should note right here is that you have to start with the font you want and end with a generic font family. You have to start with a font name which you want and also end it with a generic font name to let the browser pick a similar font in the generic family. If no other fonts are available, the font names should be separated with comma. You have to read more about fallback fonts in our next chapter. As you can see right here, if you don't understand all the grammar I've been speaking so far, you can check our previous tutorial on CSS font family property for you to understand much deeper things about it. So right now we are just right here to work. So right now we are going to be specifying all this. We are going to be using all this in our document now. So let's get back to the document. This is what we are having previously, where we discussed about the CSS text shadow. You can check our CSS text shadow playlist to be able to understand everything you are seeing on the screen. You can check our channel. And right here now, I'm going to change this text shadow right here to text fonts. I'm changing this to text fonts. So to CSS fonts. Let me save, and can you see this CSS fonts? You can check the playlist on our channel to be able to follow along, because we are going to be dropping more topic on this CSS font right now. So right here, as you can see, I want to change. Firstly, I want to target this legend element right here, the text right here. I want to change the font. So what can I do? Then I will go back to my document right here. I'm going to the CSS part of it. I'm going to come here, just select legend. When I select my legend, I can give it a font family. When I specify font, to specify a font, you can give it font family property. When you specify the font family property, then you can give it any kind of font you want. To specify a font, let's say for instance now, automatically, as you can see, when using one of the benefits of using the VS Code, can you see it automatically generates some fonts for you? Let's say for instance I want to use this Vandana. Definitely this one is a sans serif font family, so definitely it's going to pick this one, this Vandana right here. If this one is not available, it's going to pick this one, Geneva. If this Geneva is not available, it's going to select this Tauma for us, and it's going to pick any one of it from sans serif generic font family. So that's one of the things we have been discussing so far. So all this one right here, these three things you are seeing right here, they are all font names, and this one you are seeing right here at the last page right here is the font family, generic font family, that all these things is coming, all these names is coming from. So that's what I want you guys to know. You can check our CSS font playlist for you to be able to understand all these things in deep details. So now let me reload my document. You are going to see the changes is going to reflect here when I reload my document now. Can you see now? Can you see the font of our document now? It's changed. So you can select another font also, because this when we let me delete all this thing entirely again. Let me write font family again. When I write font family, right here, I select it. As you can see, this automatically generated another thing. Can you see? I can select this carry also. This one is a monospace font family type. As you can see, it's able to generate two font names for us, 1 and 2. These two font names, they are all coming from this monospace font name, monospace font family. So when I save my document and reload, you're going to see what will happen. You're going to see the reflection is going to show from here when I reload. Can you see? See the kind of monospace font we are having. So that's how you are going to do with different font family. Also, you can find, maybe you can check if you can find something like our this thing, like our Time New Roman, because me I like using Time New Roman. As you can see, this Time New Roman is from sans serif. Can you see, this is serif, and this Time New Roman is from serif font. As you can see, we are having Time New Roman, and also we are having Times. So these two fonts right here, if this Time New Roman is nowhere to be found, it's going to use this font, this Times for us, and it's all coming from this serif font. When I save my document now and reload, can you see when I reload, it's having this kind of font. So as you can see, the reflection is showing nicely. So that's how you can know the kind of font you are having. So for you to understand this very well, so every time you are specifying a font, make sure that you are giving it a can you see when I delete this one, and let's see what will happen. Our phone is showing, right? But the thing that is right here is that it's good, it's advisable when you specify this one, because this is your generic font where all these two fonts is coming from. So, and also sometimes also, let's say for instance now I change this to another font, so we can understand this very well. Again, font family, let me take carry this one from monospace. So let's say for instance now I save this one. Now this one is monospace font. As you can see, we are able to see this monofill. Let's say I want this carrier to be the first font that we display. Just in case this one is not found, it's nowhere to be found, then it's going to pick this one. Then I'm going to pick this one, put this one at the front at the beginning. Now when I reload my document, I'm going to see what will happen. Can you see? So the same thing is reflecting. So definitely they are all from the same parent. This is their parent. So this monospace is their parent. So let's say for instance now you can use only one of them also if you want, but it's just advisable to use two of them. It's just advisable to use at least two, just in case one is nowhere to be found. When I remove this one also, I'm going to see it's still going to display. Can you see? So, and also it is advisable also to put this font family generic one. Let's see if I don't want to reload. Can you see it's still displaying if we don't put it, but it's advisable when you specify the font family there, which is the generic font family. Can you see? And also if you remove this carry right here, right there, when I reload our document and save it, it's still going to display. Can you see? Can you see the type of font it's displaying now? It's carry, it's displaying monospace, but it's different from the thing we are seeing. Can you see? Cowrie, when we now use cowrie from the monospace, you're going to see the type of way the cowrie is going to look. Can you see? So there is a lot of property you can specify inside this monospace file. So we are going to be checking it. Maybe when we are using something in the future, we can specify anything we want. And there is a lot of it we can use. We can use cursive also. Cursive font. Cursive font is having some font like that. Cursive, this is cursive. When I save this document now, I'm going to see what we have. Okay, see, we are using cowrie there. That's why it's not able to show. But when I save this, because we are using cursive, can you see cursive font? This is cursive font for you. And we have the font name from cursive font that we can use. But as because I don't really know the font name of it, so I won't use that for now. But don't use only just font family right here. It's not advisable. It's good when you use the font name, like you can use, maybe let's say you are using Time New Roman now. Let's say for instance now you want to specify Time New Roman, you can use time new times is Times New Roman. When you use Times New Roman, then you can use comma. When you use comma, you can give it serif, because Time New Roman is from serif. So, and this one is capital letter. So let me just save it like this. Can you see? This is the Time New Roman. So, and if you are using area, the area font, the area font, is from where? The area font is from sans serif. As you can see, this is our sans serif now. As you can see, the area font is from sans serif. When I save my document and I reload, can you see? And you can use, when you are using the area font, you can specify another font also to work along with it. Can you see? When I save my document and reload, can you see? It's still going to display the area font. And when I remove this I put only sans serif. You are going to see. Can you see? So try this every possible way because we are still going to be using this kind of thing in our future tutorial. And what akorede Ayofe is my name once again. I wish to see you guys next time to the next tutorial. Peace and love.